channel. I'm wearing hoops. I never wear hoops. Who am I? Today's video is going to be a little bit different from my normal videos. Today I wanted to do a chit chat get ready with me, but there's going to be a kind of twist to it, and I think I want to make this a theme for some of my videos like every couple weeks. So basically I want to do chit chat get ready with me, but I'm going to be talking about a specific topic that's kind of like to help with your daily lifestyle. Just talking about stuff that I've kind of learned and kind of grown as a person with, and just kind of sharing it with you guys so that it can benefit you. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to have more confidence. So I figured that I would do a chit chat get ready with me. That way, for those of you who are only interested in the makeup aspect, you can kind of watch me blend and do my techniques, and then I'm also just talking through it and just sharing, you know, some helpful tips. I'm really excited for this video because honestly it's something that is taking me a lot to kind of get to, and I'm really happy with where I'm at now and just how I am and how much I've overcome, like mentally and just as a human. So, you know, I figured if it helped me, if I share that, and if it can help just one other person, then it's totally worth it. If you guys are interested in watching me get this look, and if you want to hear tips on how to be a more confident, genuine human being, then please keep watching this video. And if you do happen to like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and definitely don't forget to subscribe for more videos from me. Without further ado, let's jump into this video. So let's just start off with some background. Growing up, I was always super insecure. You know, I grew up as like a chubby little kid, so I always got picked on for being chunky. Over the years, I've just kind of learned to embrace it because I feel like, you know, my imperfections make me, and, you know, I wouldn't really trade it for anything in the world because it's me. But growing up, I got picked on a lot, and I used to be probably one of the most like insecure people ever. Like, I never felt good enough, pretty enough, anything smart enough. Like, I always, you know, was really hard on myself. And then over the last few years, like once I graduated high school, I really have like truly found myself, and I'm now probably more confident than I ever been, and I'm super confident in who I am as a person. I always say this, I have insecurities, but I'm not an insecure person. Like, I'm very set in who I am, and I guess that's the main reason why I want to do this video, because I figure if it can help one young girl out there, it's totally worth talking about. So step one in having more confidence, I feel like, is literally, this changed my life, just focusing on being the best person you can possibly be. Like, work on being a true, genuine person. And I feel like once you master that, and once like you feel like you're really bettering yourself and you're being a genuinely good, nice human being, all the other stuff doesn't matter. And it sounds like so cliche, so simple, and like kind of predictable, but I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. Work on being a nice human being, be kind to people, give back, give to charities, like just literally work on being the best human inside possible. Like, just better yourself and just be kind. And to me, by doing that and by making, you know, a point to do that, there's times, you know, when you just have like, you just feel ugly, or like you just feel bloated and you just feel disgusting. And I used to let times like that like bring me down, but now that I know, like, I'm working on being like the best person I can possibly be, and I, you know, try to be as genuine and as like down to earth and just as like friendly and kind as possible, then whenever I am feeling ugly, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm still an awesome human being. Like, yeah, I might look like crap right now, but you know what? At least I'm still awesome, and I'm still really kind to people, and, you know, I'm happy with who I am as a person, as a human being inside. And so when I'm not content with my outside appearance, it doesn't matter because I'm just like, oh no, I'm still awesome inside. Like, that's just the way I look at it. And I'm telling you, it'll change your life if you just stop focusing on, oh, if I look this way, then I'll be more confident. If I lose this much weight, then I'll be more confident. It's like, no, just focus on being a good human being, and you'll feel confident no matter what. So yeah, that has been my biggest, like the biggest thing that will change your confidence. Next on the list is not comparing yourself. If I'm not as skinny as her, I must not be as pretty, or because I'm not as skinny as her, I'm not fit at all or healthy, or because I don't have her eye shape, like I'm clearly not pretty, or her hair, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that we always do, I feel like we're just constantly comparing ourselves. And I'm telling you, if you compare yourself, you're never going to be happy and content with who you are, because I guarantee you there's always going to be somebody prettier than you. There's always going to be somebody more fit than you, somebody skinnier than you, somebody with a bigger butt than you, someone with bigger boobs than you, somebody with nicer hair than you. There's always going to be somebody out there with something that you want. And you know what? I guarantee you have something that that person wants. And that's okay. Like, that's why we all are made differently. And that's why we're not a carbon copy of each other, because our like differences. Oh shoot, that looks like crap. In general, there's always going to be somebody with something better than you. But like I said, I guarantee that you have something just as good or better in other areas. And you know what? If you don't, it doesn't matter. Like I said, as long as you're content with yourself as a human being, then honestly, that stuff will just kind of fall to the wayside and it won't even matter. It sounds kind of like ironic I'm talking about this while I'm putting full face of makeup on, but honestly, I'm getting ready for work and I work for Mac, so I kind of like have to put on a decent amount of makeup. And no, it's not something that I feel like I need. I used to feel like I had to wear makeup all the time, but now I'm just kind of like, I accept myself without makeup. And if I'm not going to work, or you know, if I'm just going to class, I'll wear literally no makeup, but like really minimal makeup, just mascara. So I mean, you also just have to learn to get comfortable and just accept yourself. And I'm telling you guys, I promise I never thought I would get there. If I talked to my like 17-year-old self or 16-year-old self, I never would have thought that I would be in a place where I'm at now, because I was just always so hard on myself. And I always felt like I was like, you know, I never was confident. I was really insecure. Another thing that helps build your confidence is by building other people up and not putting other people down. Another thing that I feel like really helps build confidence is not finding your self-worth in like very materialistic things. So I guess this kind of goes hand in hand to before, like physical things, but like making sure that your self-worth doesn't come from like how much clothes you have, or how your hair is, or your makeup, or the shoes that you have, or the handbag that you have. Like those things, at the end of the day, like you could lose all those in a blink of an eye. There could be a house fire and like all of that's gonna be gone. Or you know, those things are so just temporary. Everything on this earth is temporary. It withers away, and at the end of the day, like what it comes down to is who you are as a person. I guess like it keeps going back to that first topic that I'm been talking about, basically like how beauty fades, materials fade. Like it's all gonna come down to, at the end of the day, who you are as a person. And this next topic, it's really dear to me, and you know, I know it's kind of like frowned upon nowadays in 2017, but I figure I would share with it anyway. And you know, I'm not one to try to push my beliefs on it, but I feel like if something helps me, of course I'm gonna share it with other people. But the biggest thing that has helped me, I feel like, just overcome a lot of my doubts and my struggles with myself, is literally like not finding my value in material things and, you know, things from my own, but literally just finding my worth and my joy in like God and like what God has planned for my life. And you know, finding my value in Him and His purpose that He has for me on this earth, and like what He wants to use me for, how He wants to use me to help others. And I feel like that has helped me beyond words, because I feel like, I'm telling you, there are so many circumstances in my life where like there's just, to me, no doubt in my mind that like there's a living God that loves me and has looked out for me. Because I'm telling you, like there has been some pretty hard times, and it's just like kind of miraculous, you know, what has come about certain situations. And so I think that's a big thing, because it's like I said, everything on this earth is temporary. But if you like, you know, there's a plan for each of us. None of us existed by accident. None of our qualities are an accident. And if you have something bad, you know, with you, or you're struggling with something, like there's a purpose and reason for everything, because you know, maybe you overcoming that obstacle is going to make you stronger and help other people to be stronger. And so I feel like that really just gives hope to know that, like, if all things can work together for your good, you know, if you focus on, you know, the light in this world and the truth, you know? And I feel like that's turned away, like, today. Like, that's just, it's not a thing anymore. Like, people just don't, everybody's set on, like, kind of, like, creating, like, they have all the answers. And at the end of the day, like, you don't have all the answers. And if you think you do, like, you're only gonna end up really unhappy, because you'll realize at the end of the day, like, this life just is hard enough and we'll probably never understand it. But if you put your trust in God, that will really help you through just so many circumstances, and just truly loving yourself, because you just realize you're made in His image, and you know, that makes all the difference. And so, I mean, for me personally, like, I grew up in a Christian household, went to church, like, the usual, but I didn't experience, and the thing is, I don't like to call it religion on my end, because to me it's just a relationship, you know, with the creator of the universe, who literally cares about me so deeply. But I didn't experience that until, like, high school. And I grew up going to church my whole life, but I never got to experience it for myself. It was all just like, you do this because of this. And once I experienced it, it really opened my eyes to just a lot. And then I feel like from there going forward, it, like I said, helped me overcome a lot of insecurities. And I realized that my worth doesn't come from me. You know, it's not about me. It's never been about me. It's about Him. So that's something that has helped me tremendously in my walk of life. And just another step that I feel like helps become more confident is not finding your self-worth in people. Like, your self-worth doesn't come from what your boyfriend thinks of you, what the guy you're talking to thinks of you, not what your friends think of you. Like, you can't base, you know, how good you are from people's opinions, because people are human, and I guarantee you there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like something about you. There's always going to be somebody that takes advantage of you. Like, we're humans. Like, we make mistakes. And if you sit there and base your self-worth off how people treat you and what they put you through and do to you, you're never going to be happy, because people are always going to disappoint you. Guys, I have been disappointed by so many people, whether it's been like relationships, sometimes friendships, sometimes family can disappoint you. Like, things happen. Like I said, we're all human. And if I were to base my self-worth and what I think of myself as a person based on how people treat me, sometimes people treat you poorly regardless, then, like, I would be miserable, and I would still be miserable. And that's something I used to do, and that was why I was miserable. Like, I remember one of my first relationships in high school, like, thought this dude was the love of my life, you know, and he cheated on me for literally, like, no reason. Like, I did nothing, you know. I try to be really, like, understanding, and I remember I got cheated on, and I just felt like it must be me. Like, there was something wrong that I did, and, you know, I'm clearly not worthy. Like, how come there's other girls in relationships and their boyfriends don't cheat on them? And, you know, but I would try so hard, and I was, like, trying to make sense, and just, like, it didn't make sense. So I just figured at the end of the day, there's something wrong with me. And then it became a pattern where, like, people I would associate myself with, like, would put me down or, like, do something to hurt me. And I'm like, it has to be me, because this always happened. Then I realized, no, it's not me. It's probably because I'm lacking confidence in who I am as a person, that, like, I feel like when you don't really value and, like, respect, not saying, I've always tried to, like I said, respect myself. I wouldn't do anything too disrespectful, but I feel like it's something that people can sense. Like, if you put out there that, like, you're not confident, or, like, like I literally feel like it's something that like people can kind of smell. Like if you're a little bit insecure, like it's kind of like, I feel like an energy that kind of is like a domino effect to everything else in your life, and you'll like attract people that I feel like are gonna hurt you, or it'll just like somehow subconsciously to that person, like, I don't know, give them a green light to that path. I don't really know how to explain this, but I just feel like when you truly value yourself and you respect yourself and you really know your worth and you expect nothing but that, then it'll attract really good things in your life. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like when you start truly valuing yourself, then you kind of are able to weed out people that aren't good for you a lot sooner before they, you know, hurt you, because you realize like, hey, I don't deserve somebody that's going to do X, Y, and Z, which then could lead to something else. Also, just like general tips, I feel like to have more confidence is to just take care of yourself, take time to yourself. And by taking care of yourself, like literally basic hygiene skills, like if you feel ugly, wash your hair and do it. Like I feel like when you start taking care of yourself, you just have more confidence because you just feel better as a person in general. So it makes a huge difference. So yeah, like if you're not feeling good, do a mask, pamper yourself, like make your skin feel good. And I feel like it'll just be that whole, like, it's kind of like mental, like when you start doing things that are good for you, like you just naturally feel better about yourself. So really taking that time and just doing the small things, like I said, do a mask a couple times a week and then you just feel good because you think your skin looks good. Or do your nails. You don't have to go and get them done, but if you just take your time, try to paint them a little bit. Like I feel like you just feel a lot better when the little things look good, or when you're confident about like something really small. And like I feel like that's something that has definitely helped me. Like before I used to never really paint my nails, and now that I take my time to do that, like I just feel better about that. So then it just kind of trickles along to other things that I feel good about. So that's a quick tip. And then like I said, you don't always have to get them done, because I mean I can't even afford to keep up and maintain my nails all the time. Like sometimes I'll take breaks, but as long as you're just taking care of them, maybe like take care of your cuticles, keep your nails clean, like keep your hair clean, take care of it, do hair masks, like little things like that, I feel like make a huge difference in how you feel about yourself just by taking care of yourself. Another thing that I feel like helps with confidence, I guess it kind of relates, it's like the look good, feel good method. So I feel like when you look good, you feel a lot better. So yeah, you might feel ugly, but maybe if you take your time and put together like a cute outfit, then you'll feel a lot better instead of just like going out in sweatpants and a hoodie. Like I feel like when you take that time to try to look presentable, you feel good. Or even if you just wear your favorite t-shirt, you know, it doesn't always have to be something super fancy, but if you just like wear something that you really like and you just feel good in it, I feel like it just naturally helps you to become more confident. And you know, eventually it just all kind of works out. And another thing, of course, that will help with your confidence is just loving yourself where you're at right now and just making it a journey to just improve yourself as being a good human being. Or even if you want to improve yourself like physically as far as working out, like you won't be confident and you're never going to be happy. Like say you're overweight. I've been there before, you know, where I wanted to lose weight, and if you hate yourself and you hate looking at yourself along your journey and you don't feel like you're going to love yourself until you're the size 2 or 3 that you want to be, or until you weigh 115 pounds, you're never going to be happy. And chances are you won't even meet that goal, because you're just going to kind of give up and put yourself down along the way if you don't just first accept yourself for who you are, love yourself while you're making those changes, and then I feel like you just become more confident and things just... I remember in high school, I mean, I always was, like I said, a pretty chunky person. Like, my weight fluctuates. Right now, I'm pretty, like, average. Like, I just naturally always have, like, really big hips. And, like, my bottom area is just, like, really full. And then just, like, in general, like, I'm not fat, but, like, I guarantee I'm never gonna be, like, super skinny because I just love food way too much. And basically, I remember, like, I realized I was really chunky and I would try to lose weight in high school. And, you know, I did lose some weight, but basically, like, I would put myself down if I, like, gained a couple pounds, and it was almost became an obsession. And it was like, if I wasn't at the exact weight that I wanted to be, then I was miserable and, like, depressed, and I didn't feel like I was pretty or anything. Like, I felt like I was, like, disgusting. And, you know, I didn't love myself on the journey. And it wasn't until recently that now it's so nice, because I mean, much better, because now it's like, if I put on weight, I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, I just have to hit up the gym some more. Like, it's fine, but I'm not completely miserable, and I don't feel like I'm, like, disgusting just because, you know, I put on a few pounds from eating, you know, too much fried chicken or something, whatever it may be, or too much pizza. Like, I've learned to just kind of love myself no matter where I'm at in my journey. Another thing that I feel like helps kind of goes into taking time for yourself. So I feel like, what foundation do I want to use? So I feel like another thing that helps is working out. And when I say working out, I'm not talking about working out to lose weight. I'm just talking about, like, working out because it literally, I promise you guys, makes you feel a lot better. There's days where I skip the gym, but I'm not completely down on myself. And I don't work out to get super skinny. Like, that's just not me. That used to be me, but kind of given up on that because, like I said, I don't think I'll ever be that skinny because, like I said, I just like food too much. So, you know what? I'm content. But what I do love to do to work out, and why I feel like it really empowers you and gives you so much more confidence, because if you work out to be strong and just to see improvement in itself, you feel so much better when you can see those improvements. So, like, me, normally when I go to the gym, like, I'll go running, right? So I'll start off with, like, sometimes a 2-mile run. Lately I've been doing a 1-mile run because I kind of fell out of the gym for a little bit. But I remember when I was doing my 2-mile runs, like, my goal would be to have it kind of, me run the 2 miles less, like, in a shorter time period. Every time I would beat my previous goal, I would get so happy, and I would just feel, like, really accomplished because I beat my, you know, previous time. Or if I was able to go heavier on weights, like, I would feel super excited. And during that time period, I did get toned, but I did not get skinnier by any means. I felt, like, really good about myself because I just felt so accomplished. You know, each time I would go and I would see improvement, like, that made me feel super confident. And just the simple fact that I felt like I could accomplish things when I stick to it and I put my mind to it. And like I said, whether you go to the gym to lose weight or just to see improvements, it makes such a difference. Or even if you just work out at home. But I feel like that's a step that really helps. And you don't even have to go for, like, a really long time. Even if you just want to work out for literally, like, 15 minutes and then kind of go from there, or start walking, you know what I mean? Like, things like that where you can just try to improve yourself, and then when you see those improvements, you just feel really good and confident in yourself, and knowing that, like, you can accomplish things when you stick to them and you put your mind to it. I'm gonna quickly charge my camera while I fill in my eyebrows, and then I'll continue talking to you guys in just 1 second because I don't want it to die before the end of the video. Hey love, sorry, I had to kind of pause the video because my camera was about to die and I wanted to be able to finish everything. But basically what I did off camera was just conceal my under eyes with my MAC Mineralized Concealer, and then I baked my under eye area using my Airspun transparent powder that I'll sweep away in a few seconds. I applied some false lashes and liner that I pretty much do in every video. So yeah, that's what you missed out on. But anyways, back to our topic. I'm gonna scoot this way. So I don't even remember where I left it off. And I was saying, oh yeah, like working out and just kind of improving yourself, how that helps out a lot. And yeah, just kind of like the whole, like, you do something good, it makes you feel good, and then it makes you kind of want to do other things to benefit yourself, which then creates to just feel like more confidence. I feel like just improving yourself in general creates tons of confidence, because there's nothing better. Like, you shouldn't, I don't feel like, criticize and pick yourself apart, because for one, I don't feel like that's healthy. But I don't think there's anything wrong with realizing something that you feel like you could work on, and then working on it and just kind of seeing the improvement in that sense. And so I feel like that's really important. Another thing that's really important for confidence is just like being yourself completely and unapologetically, and just like being true to who you are, no matter who you're around, and just being 100% honest with yourself and with people around you. I feel like really helps build confidence. I used to be the type of person that I would kind of worry what people would think about me if I posted something or if I said something. And I feel like if you just relax and just are your complete self, none of that stuff really matters. Like, you'll feel so much better. I remember how I always used to want like a YouTube channel. This was like since like maybe even like freshman year of high school. And I remember I was so scared to do it because I was scared of all the criticism I would get, and that people, you know, would make fun of me, and I didn't think I was strong enough to handle that. And it literally amazes me like how much I've changed, because now it's like when I get certain kinds of comments, like they literally don't faze me. And I never thought that I would get to the day where I was just completely like comfortable with myself as a human. Like, I never thought I would get to that day, because before it was like, you know, how you look like and what people thought was like everything. Like, if somebody didn't think that I was pretty or that I was smart enough, then I clearly wasn't smart enough, because, you know, I based everything based off of, I feel like, how people perceive me. And like, that's like the worst thing that you can do for yourself. And so it's just really like nice to know that like now, you know, I have come such a long way, and I'm, thank God, every day that I've, you know, been able to, because I didn't think that that would ever be possible, which is really, really nice. The thing that I feel like helps is, I mean, this kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying before, but like knowing your worth, especially when it comes to people, and not letting people just kind of like walk all over you, treat you however. I feel like something that can really tear down a lot of girls' confidence, especially at a young age, is when you get into relationships, whether it's friends or whether it's somebody you're dating, like, and if they're not respecting you, and if they're saying like really mean things to you, I feel like you have to cut that out. You have to like nip it in the butt and just like not welcome that, whether you have to drop them altogether from being in your life or what. But that's really not healthy to be around, because that can cause like 10 times more insecurities. That's happened to me before with friends, and you know, when I think it was like my first relationship or something, freshman year, like if people are pointing out all of your insecurities and making you feel bad about yourself, you shouldn't be with them, especially if you're already insecure, because it's just going to make it like 10 times worse, and then you're just going to feel completely awful about yourself. So I feel like you really have to just kind of like weed out people who you know aren't good and who are just bringing in negative energy. And I feel like that alone can help bring you so much more confidence, because you no longer have somebody constantly putting you down. Like, if somebody's always putting you down, they literally should not be in your life. Like, point, period, blank. That took me a long time to realize, but, and you know, it was even recently that I would still, you know, deal with people like that, until finally I was like, nope, not having it. Like, you're putting me down. I don't care to I don't care to be around you. Like, if they're putting you down, or if they're constantly making mean comments towards you, almost 100% of the time, it's not even you. They are so insecure with themselves that they are trying to like reverse it and put it on you and point out your flaws so they can feel better. And that is something that I realized. Like, it's hard because it's clearly not you. Almost 100% of the time, it's them, and they are really hurt inside, or they're just unhappy with their life. So at the end of the day, what you can do is pray for them and hope that they can overcome their insecurities, but don't entertain them and keep them at a distance, because it's not fair to you. So I'm all ready for work, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me video. I know it was different from my normal videos, but I mean, I hope that some of you found it helpful. And like I said, if this was helpful to just one person, then it was totally worth it, because like I said, I've been there, and I just feel like it's about time that I start and more open about different things in my life that I've overcome, to kind of help other people overcome some obstacles in their life. I genuinely love just being there for people and kind of helping them. So if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to do them maybe like every couple weeks, or occasionally when I'm getting ready for work. Instead of just like filming a basic makeup tutorial, I can just chit chat with you guys and have like a topic that you guys really want to hear. And I just feel like it'll be helpful. It'll be like a therapy session while doing your makeup. So anyways, if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and definitely don't forget to subscribe for more videos from me. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed and supported me along the way. I love you guys so much. Guys, I'm literally still so thankful for each and every one of you. So just thank you so much. And until next time, I will see you guys. Bye.